To create a new report, go to Administration, Reports Admin, and you'll see this screen is actually quite busy, but we'll go through it, and by the end of this video you'll have a good understanding of what it all is. It's broken up into the report details at the top, so things like the report title and subtitle, whether you're going to have a signature on the report, things like that. And then the bottom section is every section of your report. So we'll start by just creating a new blank report, and we'll just call it new inspection report, and won't bother with the description, and we'll give it a title of and we'll give it a subtitle, something like that, and we'll use our letterhead. We'll take an image of the property to put on the front page, and we'll get the technician to sign the report once he's done it. So now we've done that, we'll go ahead and create some sections. So we'll start off with, say, something like customer details. So we'll go new section, and we can just call this custom, excuse me, let's try that again, customer name, and we'll give it a header of customer details. You'll see how all this is displayed shortly, and subheading of name. I'm just going to copy that section header, and you'll see why in a minute. So next you select the section type, and anything in the curly brackets is a database field, so that it'll be something that will pull from the database. You've got an interactive entry, which will be an entry that the technician needs to put a response in for, and then you've got a paragraph of text, which is, it doesn't require anything from the technician, probably won't even display on his device, because it's mainly to do with the outputted report rather than the technicians' work themselves. So in this case we're going to use the customer name from the database. We'll go and create another new section, and we're going to be, this will be the customer's address. I'm going to paste the same header as the previous entry, and you'll see why in a second. And the subheader for this would be address, and it will be the customer's address from the database. Go new section, and then we'll call this one the just property address, and again we use the same header as before. Subheader will do and this time we're going to use the service address. Okay, so let's go ahead and preview just those basic details. Okay, so we've got our letterhead, and we've got our image placeholder for the property photo that we'll put on the front. Now you can see here it doesn't look great. There's obviously not very much info in there yet, but it doesn't look very good. It's not laid out very well. So let's go ahead and just make some changes. And we do that by using these checkboxes on the right hand side. So with our customer name field, we don't want to allow images, we're just putting the customer's information in there. The multiple choice is irrelevant. Basically all of these except for the line break, we want a line break after that entry. We don't need a page break, and you can choose to make the text italic or bold, and you can also bullet point responses, but in this case it's just the customer's name, so we don't really want anything there checked except for the line break. And we'll go ahead and do the same for the other two entries. So we'll just do line break after, see how that looks. Okay, so it's looking better. We've got each entry is on a new line. Let's just carry on and put a few more fields in. Let's put in a new section and call it property type. Now this field, the section name doesn't actually appear on the report. This is just for your reference, and it makes it easier to know what sections you have. It's easier to read on the left hand side. Make them descriptive, so you know if you're looking for a particular area, especially in a large report, you know where to go. So we'll put in here property details, and again I'm going to copy this, and we're going to put in type, and we're going to make this an interactive entry, so the technician, when he's out on the job, he'll have his mobile device with him, and he's going to select an option for this particular entry. So we're going to call it an interactive entry, and we're going to put in some options that he can select. So we'll put in single story home, multi-story home, apartment / unit. You can see where I'm going. Okay, so we go ahead and add a new section. Okay, so let's create a new section and call it construction. Which we can go ahead and put in the same header as before, and subheader of construction. It's another interactive entry. We can opt to allow images. It can be multiple choice, and we'll do brick, veneer, timber. Okay, let's add another new section. Call this roof. Same header as before because we want it grouped under that same heading. And we'll do tile, ColourBond. Okay, so let's go ahead and preview our report. Okay, so you can see type, construction and roof. Okay, so if we wanted to make some of these, let's make a couple of changes here. So let's make the customer's name in bold, customer's address in bold, and the property address in bold. Okay, so you can see there now that they're also in bold. You could make them italic as well. So you can see there. Okay, so let's go ahead and save that. So now if we go to our job schedule, go to the 1st of July, if I can bring up the iPad, Okay, so now if we go to reports, new, here's our new inspection report here. So say Harry Jones. Okay, so now I've brought up the administration screen so you can see how they coincide with each other. So because we selected image on front page, for example, this is why you can now see the take photo button on the screen. If that wasn't ticked, they wouldn't be able to take a photo of the property before they start. So we go next. Okay, so customer details, we asked it to be the customer's name from the database, which is what it's done there. Customer's address is automatically came in there. The property address. Okay, so property type, because we've given it as interactive entry, and we have given the technician some options. He can select from any of these options here, or he can just type his own in the box. Obviously, the more presets there are, the more or the less chance there is of spelling mistakes, and the technician can do the report a lot quicker. Also, you can see that there's no multiple choice option because we haven't ticked the multiple choice box, so the technician can only pick one of these options. Again, and also because we've allowed images, the take photo option is also available. So again, construction. Now, because we've marked this as multiple choice, we should be able to select one or more options from the list there. And again, we've got allow images, so the take photo button is available too. And on to roof. So we have not opted to allow images for this one, so there is no button for the technician to take any photos. But again, it's an interactive entry, and these two options are available for him to pick. Okay, once you get to the end of the report, we've got requires signature. So we've got the signature box here for us to be able to sign and date our report. So go ahead and save that. So we can send that to the office now. Why not? Okay. Okay, so let's take that out of the way. Let's go and view the report. Here's our new inspection report. So here you can see the signature. We didn't take any images. Let's go ahead and view the report. You can actually add images later on too, so if the technician's getting under subfloors and things and he doesn't want to take his mobile device under there, or there's no flash, you can take photographs, get them onto your computer and add them afterwards. And you can just see there the person in the office responsible for the reports can check the report over, and here is our report. Signed, all the details are in. And finally, just to show you a large report, if we go to visual termite inspection and preview this, you'll see that you can create vast reports, and you can do a report for anything, whether it's an inspection or a quote. You can create reports for pretty much anything and have the guys on the field filling them out.